Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here this Wednesday, the 10th. Another sunshine-filled day in the neighborhood with a few scattered showers out there and about. And we've got a cold front coming tomorrow that's going to give us an increased chance of showers and thunderstorms. Not before the heat index tomorrow out and ahead of that cold front climbs to the mid-90s. That's what's expected. We'll also talk about what's expected as far as the showers and storms, how long they're going to stick around, and then how long of a dry period we will see thereafter. And it's a pretty decent one, definitely a nice weekend forecast. Temperatures in no way, shape, or form falling below the mid-80s at any time for daytime highs. So much more on your updated forecast in just a few moments. Headlines tonight will include part one of a story about hundreds of teenage volunteers who've been coming to Magoffin and other counties for decades. It's a big year for these folks, and we'll tell you why in just a few seconds and talk about the literally $500,000 worth of man hours that they invested into helping Magoffin County residents just last year alone. It's pretty outstanding. We'll start that story tonight. A Flat Gap man arrested on Magoffin County charges for assaulting his girlfriend who was driving the car with 3 kids inside. Another study on Kentucky's health and well-being, and another example of us being near the bottom of that list. We'll go through that. We'll also have a new community calendar, of course, some other news and announcements, and a whole lot more before we leave you for the rest of your Wednesday. I've got an announcement about some road work being done that's going to close a portion of Route 40. This is in Johnson County, and this is tomorrow and Friday from 7 till 7 a.m. to p.m., tomorrow and Friday. This is specifically at Mile Point 17, and that's where if you're traveling on Route 40 between Mealy and Williamsport, you'll have to find a detour and a workaround. They're going to have, of course, temporary traffic signals that have actually been in use for several weeks out there while this construction is ongoing. The Highway District 12 manager says that the repairs did not start when the road was reduced to 1 lane because of utility lines that were in the way. They have since been able to get around those, working around. They now think that they're going to be able to finish this project on Thursday and Friday. Guardrail removal is underway today. They're going to be drilling Thursday and Friday. Then 1 lane will reopen using those temporary signals, and they hope to have the whole thing said and done sometime next week. So if you're traveling between, once again, Williamsport and Mealy, tomorrow and Friday, you will not be traveling through that area, so plan ahead. Well, let's talk about an assault. First of all, before we go any further, a Flat Gap man was lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center earlier today for a domestic assault that took place here in Magoffin County almost a month ago on Route 460, involving a mother and 3 children who were in the car. The children not involved in any part of the assault, it doesn't appear as though, but the mother assaulted by a man identified as the boyfriend while she was behind the wheel of her car, and they were traveling towards Sagersville on 460 on the evening of June the 18th. It was around 9 o'clock on that night of the 18th last month when Brian Tipton of the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department states in court records that he was called to an incident on US 460 after a passing motorist was the one that called 911. Tipton says he identified the victim as a Faith Ramey, who told him that her boyfriend, who was a passenger in the car she was driving, grabbed her by the hair of the head and started punching her in the face while she was behind the wheel while they were on US 460 traveling towards Sagersville. Also in that car at the same time were 3 children who were not injured. But the victim says that after she was struck in the face multiple times, she couldn't see where she was going and started trying to hit the brakes to try to pull over safely and get off of the road. And during all of that, this man, Kenny McKenzie, 40 of Flat Gap, is alleged to have grabbed her phone and then busted it on the roadway so she couldn't call 911. The victim telling the officer that after she was able to flag down another car, McKenzie took off on foot and ran into the hills. The officer noted in his notes that day that he observed visible injuries to the victim's eye, lip, and left side of her face, documenting those injuries before charging 40-year-old McKenzie with assault in the 4th degree, domestic violence, and wanton endangerment in the 1st degree. Again, this happening on June the 18th, with McKenzie lodged in the Big Sandy Jail earlier this morning by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. After these words, I have a Miss Christina Rolls with us from the Appalachian Service Project. It's part one of a very special story, and we'll talk about that in just a few seconds. If you haven't stopped by the seasonal shop lately, you're missing out. They've got new arrivals weekly and great deals every day, and the entire store has a fresh new look. Summer's here and the seasonal shop is ready for fun, sun, and the cutest clothes. They've got outfits for any special occasion you might have on your calendar or casual outfits for any day of the week. So come in and let them help you select the perfect outfit, and don't forget the jewelry. They've got a large selection of some of the most unique jewelry in the area, and they've got everything you need for your pool or beach days with bright, beautiful cover-ups and caftans, sunglasses, towels, and hats. And new patchwork Kentucky hats with a heart over Sagersville are the perfect way to keep the sun off your face. At Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. Founded in 1974 on the idea that we all deserve and need the very best in medical services and patient-oriented care, but at reasonable prices we can afford, Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center have also put together a team of professionals and providers, all at one location, all with you and your family in mind. With pharmacy, dental, lab and x-ray, pediatrics, adult medicine, behavioral health, and more. Come see us, for anything, at Hope Family Medical Center in Salyersville. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes. All fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event at your Sagersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop. We've got 2 extra special treats for you right now for a limited time at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. We've got all new milk chocolate chunk and white chunk macadamia cookies for a little extra treat after your meal. And back for a limited time, our famous loaded potato wedges. That's right, our fresh made potato wedges, cheese and bacon, and a side of sour cream if you want, for a limited time only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there. At Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. What do most kids do on summer vacation? Well, they do what they like to do, and that's lying around by the pool or on the couch, video games, of course, or sometimes it's summer school and the like, all sorts of things that young people can find to do in their off time or downtime while school is out. For this group of young people, well, technically it's a group of young people that's been coming to Eastern Kentucky now for half a century. As of this year, they are spending their summer doing manual labor, hard work, helping to improve homes throughout several counties in Eastern Kentucky. They're part of the Appalachian Service Project. You may very well have seen them or know them because they've been coming to McGoffin County since 2004 for the best part of that. Last summer, they had enough volunteers to help some 54 people, 19 families here in McGoffin County. And when you factor up all just the man hours, not the material, but the man hours, it was over $500,000 in man hours that they were able to invest into McGoffin County to help fix everything from foundations to walls to add-ons to siding to roofs and the like. And they're back again this year, and tonight we talk about why this year of 2019 is a monumental year for the Appalachian Service Project and how the project began.
Yeah, so this is our 50th year. We started in 1969. Our founder, Glenn Tex Evans, was a Methodist preacher in Tennessee, and he saw the energy that young kids had, and he saw the need in Appalachia. And we had our first summer with volunteers in Knox County, Kentucky, and we stayed at Union College in Barberville, Kentucky, and we've been going ever since. He saw that there were kids that wanted to help others, and he wanted to take that energy and put it into good use. And so he created this program that has high school volunteers, mostly high school volunteers led by adults, working and helping other people that are in need in the Appalachian region.
The Appalachian Service Project has been devoting summers to Magoffin County, one of 26 counties altogether, I believe, since 2004. And like I said, just last year, had $500,000 in volunteer man hours, the equivalent there too. That's outstanding. And so says Christina, some of her recollects of just how impactful this program has been.
Yeah, there was a family that we worked for in Knox County, Kentucky last year that I feel like really hit me hard, where it was a grandmother had received custody of 10 grandkids and only had 2 bedrooms and a couple beds, and so they had a garage addition that we were able that had an upstairs level that was unfinished, so we were able to finish it, add an additional 5 bedrooms and another bathroom in that, and we were able to find churches to help donate funding so we could get them beds because they didn't have beds. I think the hardest thing for me was I was with a church group that was going to go over and deliver some of the beds, and it wasn't a day we were doing any work, so when another staff member and I had walked into the house, they were a little early, and some of the kids were still asleep, but they were sleeping on the floor, just hardwood floor, and that was one of the hardest things that I think I've seen. And when we were delivering the beds, and when they were like, "Tell whoever sent this to me, thank you," they were just so appreciative just to have a bed, and so knowing that those kids have been through a lot more than any kids should. But knowing that maybe we could have helped make a difference in them just by having people that are good influences around, as well as just giving them a bed to sleep on, a room that they can, call their own or at least share with a sibling, is really special to be able to do.
Indeed, a lot of special things happening due to a lot of special people, a lot of volunteers who are working tirelessly with the Appalachian Service Project. Look for part 2 of this story, which will be myself going out into the field to a work site here in the county, talking to some of those volunteers and others about all of their efforts and accomplishments and wonderfully good deeds. Again, part 2 coming soon, maybe as soon as tomorrow. They've already made arrangements for myself to go out and visit one of the sites, and we'll talk to them then and see what they've got going on this summer. And second part of that interview and story will also include how you can get in touch with them about getting their services if you need them in any form or fashion, or how you can help as well. They use the high school volunteers, but there are other ways that people can be a part of the program. With that said, it's community calendar time next, all brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau. Another reminder about the updated schedule for the Water into Wine Food Pantry for the month of July. They're, of course, located at the Lakefront Church of God on Route 30, and they're distributing every Wednesday the month of July. The next 2 Wednesdays, the 17th and the 24th, from 9 till noon, and then the last Wednesday of the month on the 31st from 4 till 6 o'clock. And Senior Commodity Day is the 18th from 12:30 until 4. They say they are currently not able to accept any new cases, and you can only pick up 1 time a month, whichever Wednesday you so choose. That's the Water into Wine Food Pantry. And the Traveling Church is in Sagersville tomorrow evening and night. Now, this is a big event with free food, free games, free fun, free music, a free yard sale, all part of the Traveling Church tomorrow evening from 6 till all the way at 11 o'clock at night in the city park across from Sagersville City Hall. The Traveling Church, 6 to 11 tomorrow night. And don't forget, this Saturday is the big 1081 yard sale this weekend, and the Little Fork Church is serving breakfast and lunch throughout the entire event. Be sure to stop by and get something great to eat along your way to catch some great deals during the 1081 yard sale this weekend. Don't forget the Cornerstone Singers are going to be performing this Saturday evening at 6 at the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church, and this is your invitation to join them for some very blessed gospel music. And to all of our young ones out there who want to play basketball and learn all the fundamentals at the upcoming Magoffin County Basketball Camp next Monday through Thursday for 6 to 17-year-olds, boys and girls. Lunch is provided, and it's $50 for the whole week and the lunch to help you take your basketball skills or that of your child's to the next level. Magoffin County boys coach Scott Castle and his team putting on the program. You can reach out to him for more details or show up to register that morning, next Monday morning, and it starts at 9. And you can have your announcement shown here nightly for your church, group, nonprofit, organization. And, of course, for any birthdays and anniversaries, we'll gladly put those on, too. Just get them to me any way you can. The last announcement comes this evening as we turn to our funeral service and remembrance announcements, this one in loving memory of Vicey Ellen Keaton McLean, from William Gibson, and the family. In loving memory of Vicey McLean.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Of course, you can always get guaranteed great deals this time of year on mowers and weed eaters and blowers, but right now at Parkway Gun and Pawn, they've also got an incredible selection of hand and power tools, guitars, and musical instruments just in, new and used, long and handguns, and ammunition and more, with no pawn limits and cash today on anything you want to sell or pawn. Parkway Gun and Pawn.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to conleytire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. Another day, another story or study or ranking depicting Eastern Kentucky as one of the most unhealthy places to live in our Commonwealth. It's maybe not every day, but certainly more often than not, that's where the stories trend to fall in regards to obesity and smoking and the like. And another report just out lists Eastern Kentucky counties as indeed some of the worst in the entire state of Kentucky. At the very bottom of the list, Perry and Owsley and Clay counties, and at the very top of that list, counties such as Oldham, who ranked first in both of the two respective categories, first in two different areas that I'll describe more in just a few moments. But the county health rankings and road maps bring nationwide actionable data, evidence, and guidance to communities. The purpose is to gather all this information and make it easier for people to be healthy at home, at work, and at school. Ranking every county in the entire nation, we of course look at the 120 counties of Kentucky, while the rankings look at a variety of measures that affect our health, be it high school graduation rates, access to healthy foods, smoking, obesity, teen birth rates, and the list goes on. And the list ranks counties in two areas: health outcomes and health factors. And for McGoffin County, for health outcomes, we ranked 97th out of 120. For health factors, 111th. Johnson County, to the bottom left of your screen, fared a bit better, 99. Well, a little worse in the outcomes, but a little better with an 88 in the health factors category. Once again, Oldham County was first in both sections. Owsley County was 120th in the outcomes, and Clay County was 120th in the health factors category. Two things before I leave you. It's Wednesday. That should tell you, well, literally what both of them are, because one is always your weather forecast, which is next, powered by Licking Valley RECC, still with a rather short and sweet scenario, a cold front coming through, but not before heat indices tomorrow climb to the mid-90s. Tonight, just some more mostly cloudy skies and a continued threat of some showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 20%, if you want to call that a threat. Some areas of fog developing after 2 in the a.m. And like I said, otherwise just mostly cloudy, 68 for your low. Now, you'll notice tomorrow's forecast is a big, blazing, bold and red 86. There's a very good reason for that. 86 is our daytime high. However, you factor in the humidity. Heat indices are going to hit about 95 for your Thursday. So 86 is what it might be, but it's not what it's going to feel like tomorrow. Keep that in mind if you're out doing anything. Now, on top of that, we've got a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 1. A little bit of that fog lingering in the morning up until about 10 or so. Rainfall amounts a tenth to a quarter of an inch across the board, except for any thunderstorms that may develop across your Thursday. Thursday night shower chances fall to about 40%, and they fall out of the picture by Friday. Temperatures fall down to about 85. Humidity be a little more bearable, and we should see around 63 for that nighttime low. Mostly sunny, mostly clear, mostly nice for your Friday. Ditto for your Saturday, with the exception of a bit warmer daytime high at 88 degrees. Mostly clear, 56 that night. Sunday looks to be mostly sunny again. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s again. Shower chances make their way back into the picture again and kind of hover there. 87 and a 30% chance on Sunday with mostly sunny. Partly sunny skies on your Monday, and 87, a 30% shot. Tuesday, 20% chance of showers, mostly sunny, 88. Wednesday, mostly sunny, a 30% threat, and 87 for your July daytime high. Now, if you want the complete and honest truth, I can only tell you a portion of what's in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent at this time. They're still working very hard in the other portion of the studio to get it up and put together, so we'll all find out a little more about it tomorrow. But definitely some outstanding 4th of July picks. More on the Sagersville nurse who pled guilty to diluting medicines intended for patients, and the rescue squad of McGoffin County is seeking donations, as I briefly told you, we're going to paper tomorrow for a life-saving piece of equipment that, of course, is well beyond their ability to purchase, but in the scope of things, not all that expensive. Maybe with your help, we can get that purchased for them. And also, some more information on our volunteers from the Appalachian Service Project. As far as our old page, well, we're still just off of the 4th of July, but we're just now post 4th of July for the paper, and we're going to go back in tomorrow's edition to this past weekend for the 4th of July, as well as 1995. We hope to see you there. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night for more of your news today as well. Thank you for watching.